So, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball, not Z or Super, Bulma, The Adventure Begins. And this is the first episode version of Bulma, or is the first couple? I think it's like the first 2 or 3 episodes. And this is early Bulma. This is her first appearance outfit with the pink shirt that says Bulma. Why did she have a shirt that said her own name? I don't know, but she did. And there she is in the box, and it's one of those tiny little boxes that they often give the female figures for the most part. I don't know why. They did give it to the new GT Trunks, though, as well. As you can see, back of the box, bada bing, bada boom. It's open on both sides. This was not mine initially. This is one I got in the big lot. Probably the weirdest. It's not the weirdest, actually. It was the second weirdest one out of that bunch. But I eventually went and got her a companion piece as well, which I'm going to attempt to get down without dropping. Which would be Kid Goku. I love this figure. I didn't review it yet. One of my favorite ones I own, though. And I didn't even play with it really that much, but I really do love this thing. But as far as it goes, let's just crack her out of the box. And as far as Bulma goes out of the box, she has probably one of the most disproportionate amount of hands. 2 right, or 2 lefts. Everything else is a right. That's not a joke. She legitimately comes with 5 extra right hands and 2 extra lefts. Weird. Dragon Ball, Dragon Radar, 2 faces, and Bulma. And also the Blicky. So let's get her out of the package. And here we have Bulma out of the box. And Bulma is pretty nice. I mean, it's Bulma, I guess. She is there. One thing I will say, the skirt's a little too puffy. I kind of wish it was in a little more because it kind of puts her arms out a little bit too far because of the pocket and the holster with the gun in it. As far as it goes, she does look exactly as you would expect. She just has her pink shirt and skirt, I guess. Her socks rolled into her shoes. Hey, I know another guy who does that. Android 17, he does that. Kind of. I think his involves pants, though. Bulma does not have pants. Number 97, a weird paint splotch on the back, and on the back for lag as well. Again, not mine, not my figure initially. Oh well, what are you going to do? I mean, head sculpt-wise, looking pretty good. There's a bit of, excess stuff here, which I know there's a chance. I was like, oh, could this one be a fake? It doesn't seem to be. None of them really do look or seem fake out of that lot. They all seem to be real. They all match the same quality that I'm used to, so I don't think they are, even though all the boxes are open, obviously, but I will trust it. They don't seem fake or of any less quality. I don't know if that's just something I might be able to get off. I don't know. This is probably there, though. And, I mean, there's some nice things. She does have a little watch on her left arm, which is painted very nicely. The pocket there has a nice little bit of blue difference going on. The belt's nicely painted, and it rotates around. And she does look pretty good. Now, there is one detail that I'm going to reluctantly show. Yes, they gave her the underwear from that one scene. You know, if you've watched OG Dragon Ball, it's when she first meets Goku, and she's like, will you give me that Dragon Ball if I showed you something good? And Goku responds with, I don't want to see your dirty fanny. One of the most hilarious moments, in my opinion, in all of Dragon Ball history. I love that. And it's in the first episode. That's the funny thing. It's in the first episode. I love that moment so much. I mean, everything looks good. The paint's great everywhere. I mean, everything looks great on this figure. And, of course, she has a vast amount of accessories as well, which let's just kind of get into them. And of course, we first up have fists, which, yes, of course, we have a brown fist for the gloved hand, I guess for shooting. And, of course, her normal fist, because why not? We then have open hands, but they are slightly different open hands. This one's a little more open than this one here. This one's a little more closed up. And I mean, it's interesting that that would happen, but we're basically just classifying these hands as we go here because she only has 2 left hands, which is still strange, if I'm being honest, that they gave her so many rights and no lefts, but hey, you know what, that's fine. Next up is the pointing hands. Yes, she has 2. One with 1 finger sticking out for her right hand, and the other one is this kind of pointing hand with the thumb sticking out. And she has the no glove on. That's it. That's literally it. And that concludes the left hand portion of this segment. Now on to literally all right. First up, we have capsule number 9, which I believe is the bike, which is actually something you can buy, which is cool. I slightly contemplated it for a minute until I was like, I kind of just will get Kid Goku and do that instead of getting the bike, because Kid Goku will take up less space, which technically he does. So he comes with the capsule, it's sculpted into the hand, and it is painted very nicely, as you can see, with a little 9, a little blue stripe on it. Looks really good. It's a capsule. I don't have the bike, but you can get it. And that bike comes with a secondary skirt piece for her, which you can swap out and make it so she can sit down, because otherwise, yeah, she ain't really doing much sitting with this skirt on, if I'm being honest. Our next hand is this one, which is kind of a closed grip, but with a peg in the middle. And for what would that be? But the trusty dusty dragon radar, of course. Why wouldn't it be there? Yes, it's a separate accessory, which, yeah, there it is. It shows a bunch of dots on it. It shows all of them on it. And they have 3 at this point, although, yeah, you only get 2 technically with the 2 figures I own, which would be the 4-star, and I think the other one is the 2-star, which at this point we might as well just throw it in, because we're talking about the Dragon Balls and the Dragon Radar. It's actually it's a 2-star. Couldn't really see. This is tiny. So there's the Namekian balls, obviously, and then there's the regular ones. And these regular ones come with every single Dragon Ball character. I think the only duplicate one is the 4-star. Because I think there is 9 total Dragon Ball characters. There's King Piccolo, Tao Pai Pai, Bulma twice, because there's the Wastelander Bulma for some reason. Kid Krillin, Roshi. What else am I forgetting here? Kid Goku, obviously. I'm forgetting something, but I don't remember who. It might come to me eventually, but oh well. And of course, she can hold the Dragon Ball by just doing this. Ta-da! Dragon Ball. It's a 2-star ball. Little tiny thing, very easy to lose. I'm just going to put that in the thing already and leave that off to the side. I will say, though, I do like this little radar hand, and I like how well painted the little radar is. It's really cool. And next up, we have one more hand, which would be this one, which is definitely not for Bulma's thing, you know, her certain device that shoots bullets at people, which she had in the first episode, I think, and that was literally it. So yes, Bulma, indeed, is packing heat here. She is packing heat with this figure. Look at that. Looks great, and of course, for continuity's sake, because Figuarts actually does have that, you can indeed remove the other holster, giving her continuity. I love that they give continuity with Figuarts. I love that. It's just something to be there. You got that nice gun. It's a very good pose, honestly. I like this pose. It's pretty good. And of course, you can do some more. She's actually quite articulate, which I've been noticing throughout changing the hands and such. She is very articulate. For a random figure, like, very articulate. And you could do a lot of posing. I feel like there's a lot of poses you could do with this gun. I can't do that. I can't do the thing. The two-handed gun thing. Oh, well. That is the gun. It looks pretty cool. Look at that. It does have good sculpting. It's not really painted, though. It's just kind of black plastic. But oh, well. That is the gun. And that concludes the hands and other accessories, which leaves just the faces. Yay. And so we have Bulma's faces, which are pretty interesting. I gotta get a new backdrop. It's getting real messy back there. I don't even know where all these scratches came from. But we have Bulma's head hair piece here, which looks pretty good. And the way you change it, boom, remove the whole top of the head. And there's her full face. That's her smiley face. Very nice. But that's not her only smiley face, because remove this. Typical Dragon Ball removal, or Figuart removal, really, at this point. Do that, and you get Super Smiley Bulma, which I do like. This one's pretty good. It's very nice. It's not my favorite, though. My favorite is the last face of the bunch, which, if you watch the opening, you've definitely seen it, but you know which one it is. And that's Scared Bulma. I love this face. This is the one I have on her pose with Goku. She's like kind of holding on for dear life. The way I have them displayed, you'll see the picture. But it's like she's just scared Bulma. And I like it. But I wish she had one more face. I really do. I feel like she's missing an angry face. I do. Just a comedic angry face would have been awesome. I don't know why they didn't do it. But instead we just have Bulma, but looking like this. Which does make sense. She did do this face a lot. And so that is the accessories. So let's get into that articulation, which, as I've noticed, is quite good, if I'm being honest. Her braid back here does have a hinge in it, so you can move it. The bow is actually a separate part. Head articulation, really good. She has a lot of range in the head. Forward and back the arms, outward. She does have a very good elbow bend. It's not a double, but it does go very far in. Wrist rotation, the hinge worked extremely well at the wrist. She does have a waist articulation along with this. I feel like this is all screwed up, but I can't really tell because of how bunched up looking the kind of dress area is there, the skirt. She does have all of that. She does have forward and back at the legs, which again is going to be a little restrictive due to the skirt. You do have a nice knee bend, rocker at the ankle, tilt. No toe bend, though, however. I don't know why they didn't give her a toe bend. You easily could have, but they didn't. That's like the one missing part. Other than that, she is one of the more articulate figures, and it's really weird that Bulma is one of the most articulate figures that I've had of recent memory. Why Bulma? Why, of all characters, Bulma? And that is basically it. So let's just get to my final thoughts on Bulma. And as far as it goes, yeah, she's kind of surprisingly good, I guess. The only thing is, if you collect Dragon Ball, you probably collect Super and Z, because the Dragon Ball line, like the actual Dragon Ball line, was very small. Like I said, there was only like 9 figures, and they missed like half of the cast. Like, I don't know why they just stopped. They didn't even do Yamcha, they didn't do Tien, they didn't do anyone, they didn't do, like, I would have took an Oolong, that would have been funny. Give us an Oolong and Puar 2-pack, or just include them both with Yamcha. That would have been great. Get the whole gang together, come on now. No Ox King, I forgot Chi-Chi, that was the one I forgot out of when I was saying all the figures. I didn't say Chi-Chi, they did Chi-Chi. But not late Chi-Chi. They did early Dragon Ball Chi-Chi, where she has, like, the weird, like, helmet on with the blade in it. I don't know why. They did that, and then we just have Bulma twice. Like, again, they didn't do one of the other Bulmas. They did this Bulma, which, of course, first appearance Bulma, and then the one that never appeared in anything except the outro, and I think one cover of the manga. That is all. And as far as it goes with Bulma, again, very good figure. Articulation's really good. The figure looks good. But unless you have any other Dragon Ball figures, you're not really going to stick her in with your Dragon Ball Z figures, probably. Oh, no. That was an accident. We just got the upskirt. Oh, no. And yes, I did not show all of that on purpose. That was genuinely an accident that she fell over. Oh, man. But she does look good. There's a couple points I will say that's iffy, which is the joints. They look a little odd. They just kind of pop out a little too far because she's so thin. And it's just one of those things. It's just kind of odd, you know, that they do it like that. They just look really weird. I guess it's just because she's a thinner figure. It's not like the other female figures I have. I don't really have that issue with, like, Kefla. She's probably the thinnest one. I don't really want to say Android 18 is, because Android 18 is a bit more, because she has, like, the tracksuit on. But this figure's a little just kind of too skinny, I guess. And, I mean, it's a good figure. The accessories are great. I wish there was one more face, though. Like I said, I wish there was an angry face. That would have been great. But that's really it. That is all for Bulma. Very good figure, and if you can get her for cheap, like I did, legitimately, that lot gave me all those figures on quite the discount, and I could have literally skipped her out of that lot, and I just said, you know what, screw it, I'll keep it, and I actually really do like her. Very good figure. Would recommend if you're collecting Dragon Ball figures. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care for Z. I mean, if you have the Z, she's not really going to fit into it, in my opinion. Oh, there she goes again. God damn it, Bulma, stop it. But that is all for now. This has been Ilt Isle Elite signing out.